Hey, it is Kenny from Kenny's Audiophile Record Reviews. Thank you very much for viewing my channel. Please like and subscribe. That'll help me out. That would be super cool. In this video, I'm going to talk about a topic that I was watching on Norman Maslow's YouTube channel. He goes by Mazzy. He has a fabulous YouTube channel, a great role model in terms of doing these YouTube videos. He's very entertaining, very knowledgeable, very, informative in terms of what's going on in the vinyl world, and he does his videos in an extremely entertaining way. If those of you who have not watched his channel, Norman Maslow, he's a fabulous YouTuber and a fabulous audiophile and record collector, and I love his videos. But he covered a topic called FOMO, fear of missing out, and investing in records, and I'd like to give my take on that. First of all, FOMO, fear of missing out, I never really necessarily bought into that. I do, here's my opinion. I do not buy records for fear of missing out. I buy records of out of fear of not getting what I want, and there's really a difference. I don't buy records to follow the crowd, and please forgive me for saying this, and I don't mean this to come across as flippant or arrogant in any way, so please forgive me if it comes across that way, but I don't mean it to. I care less what other people do in terms of their investment in records or the records they purchase. I buy records solely for my entertainment purposes. My wife's not into these records. My son's not into these records. I buy these records for me. So I don't necessarily buy them out of fear of missing out. I buy them out of fear of not getting what I want. For example, the John Coltrane Love Supreme, as of the taping of this video, the pre-order went out last week as of the taping of this video. And I put in my pre-order the day that I got the email, actually within an hour or two after getting the email about the release of that UHQR box set by Analog Productions Acoustic Sounds. And I did that not out of the fear of missing out. I did that out of the fear of missing what I want, what I want to get for myself. Because I love the music. I love the vibe. That is a groundbreaking, transcendent record. And if that UHQR version of the record ends up being the definitive version of that record, well, I have to have it. I'm not going to buy it on the secondary market. So I got it solely because I want it for myself. It has not necessarily fear of missing out. It's fear of not getting what I want for myself. And there is a difference in my mind. I like I said, I don't buy records to follow the crowd, buy records to follow other YouTubers that have channels. If they want to buy all these records, and do all these videos, God bless them, That's not my vibe and my groove. My vibe and my groove is buying music that I love and enjoy, period. And that's it. It has nothing to do with fear of missing out. It has everything to do with fear of missing or not getting the music that I love and enjoy. That is my my motivation for buying these records, is buying records that I love and enjoy, period. And that's basically my take on FOMO. I just it doesn't necessarily exist for me. I just want to buy music that I love and enjoy, and not necessarily follow the crowd. I follow my heart and the music that I love and enjoy. Now, people, he mentioned people buy music as an investment in his video, and people will buy multiple copies of a record. Now, I've done that before. For example, the Miles Davis UHQR Kind of Blue record issued by Analog Productions Acoustic Sounds, I bought 2 copies of that. And the reason I did was not necessarily as an investment. It was not as an investment. I bought 2 copies. One is a safety copy, because just in case my copy gets inadvertently damaged by me in any way, shape, or form, that record is too special not for me to have a backup copy just in case, say 10 years from now, something happens to it. And I say to myself, gosh, well, I got to buy one in the secondary market. And the secondary market prices are just literally insane, so I can't get it. So that was my motivations, or those are my motivations for buying multiple copies when I do buy them. It's just as a backup, just in case one gets inadvertently damaged by me, let's say 5 years from now, or a decade from now, or 2 years from now, whatever. That is my motivation for buying multiple copies. Now, on standard issue records, like say for example, this one right here, Gets Gilberto, although I do have the 45, this is a 33 RPM, I do have the 45 as well. On standard edition records, most of the time I do not do that because they're going to be repressed over time. There's some that I do, but that I have like multiple copies of. But for the most part, on standard issue records, I don't buy multiple copies, only in rare occurrences. But in premium edition records like UHQRs, occasionally I'll buy an extra copy because they're in limited edition. And if they're in limited edition, they're going to sell out at some point. And like I said, if something happens to your copy, you'll be faced to buy a more expensive copy on the secondary market. But I don't not buy an extra record for an investment. I buy it as a backup copy. But for those who do buy records for an investment, or records for purposes of flipping a record, and I did a video on flipping records last year. I'll leave the link to that video in the description below. People buy records for flipping, and people buy records as an investment. That doesn't bother me at all. I mean, they're not hurt me. And I said in that video, they're not violating any moral codes, and they're not breaking any laws. That does not bother me. It might get in the way of me getting the records I want, but that is what it is. If I can't have everything. I can't have every record I want, and if they get it before me, God bless them. But people buy records as an investment or to flip. That does not bother me. There's a free enterprise and not breaking any laws or violating any moral codes, as I said in that video. Like I said, I'll leave the link to that video that I did last year in the description below. So people buy it as an investment. Doesn't bother me. There's two things, and I tell my wife this all the time, there's two things that I do not get involved with people's lives. I do not tell people what to do with their time, and I don't tell people what to do with their money. That's their personal business. So people who buy records as an investment does not bother me in the slightest. But please look at that link to that video on record flipping. For those of you who have not seen it, I'll leave it in the description below. But those are my views on FOMO, my views on buying records as an investment. Like I said, I don't, in terms of the FOMO, I don't buy in it. I buy records because I love the music and not because I'm buying them to follow the crowd. I buy them purely because I love the music. Please leave your comments in the comment section below. Thank you very much for viewing my video. God bless, strong love, and keep the peace to all worldwide.